Holly, are you okay? I just heard that you got hit by a car. Did you get taken to the hospital, or are you going to be all right?
Hey there, Rachel. Thanks for your concern, and sorry to make you worry about me. But it's okay, I'm going to be just fine. I did have a pretty nasty break in my right leg, so looks like I'm probably going to be laid up in the hospital for a while.
Oh no, you broke your leg? That's terrible. It must have been so scary for you.
Well, actually, I didn't have much time to be afraid at all. Everything happened so suddenly. I was just walking through the crosswalk when this car came along and blew through the stoplight. I got hit so hard that it sent me flying through the air for a couple of yards. The doctor who saw me in the ER said that it's a miracle that the only thing I broke was my leg. So, all things considered, I guess I'm not in too bad a shape.
Wow, you actually got thrown that far? Good grief, that's terrifying to hear. And you're going to be in the hospital for a while? That's too bad. Have they told you about how long you're going to be there?
A pretty long time from the sound of things. The doctor came into my room a little while ago to check up on me and said that I'll be looking at least a month at this point. Depending on how my leg heals, it might even be longer than that, though.
A whole month? That's insane! I can't believe you're going to have to be out of the house for that long. All right, well, then could you wire us some money? The sooner the better. We've got a lot of things to take care of.
Money? For what?
Well, if you're not around, who's going to do all the cooking? We're going to end up having to eat out most of the time. We'll need to have enough money to pay for going to restaurants and buying pre-made meals from the supermarket. Oh, and we'll also need to hire a maid to come in and do the chores for us, so can you send us enough to cover those expenses too? Let's see, if you're going to be in there for a whole month, for the time being, you can send me $1,500. I'll let you know if that runs out and I need more. Whoa, hold on there. Why do you need money to pay for all that stuff? It's only going to be a month. Can't you guys just take care of the cooking and cleaning by yourselves? Are you kidding? No way. You know your mom has bad knees. She can't stand up for long enough to cook a whole meal. It'll be way too painful for her. And Joey has to go to work every day, so he won't have time either.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of my mom's and brother's situations, but what about you, Rachel? You should have more than enough time to take care of everything. You quit your job when you got married so you could become a housewife. The only reason I've been doing most of the work up until now is simply because I've lived in my family's house longer than you have. I know where all the supplies are and how everything's organized. I suppose this is as good a time as any for you to start taking on your share of the housework too.
Get real. I don't want to do any of that boring stuff. I hate doing chores. Cooking and cleaning, it's so lame. I'd rather look at my Instagram feed. Like, why do you think we moved into your family's house with you and your mom? It was so I wouldn't have to do anything I didn't want to do.
No way. That's really the reason why you guys moved in with us?
Yeah, I had no other choice. I've always wanted to be a housewife ever since I was a little girl. You know, like the girls on Instagram who are always showing off how neat and clean their houses are and showing off their adorable dresses. That's what I want to do. But I don't want to have to actually clean or anything, so I need to get someone else to do it for me. That's when I heard from Joey that you were still single and living at home. I knew it would make your mom super happy to have her son and daughter-in-law living with her, and if I moved in, I wouldn't ever have to do any chores. Everybody wins.
How am I winning exactly?
How can you be thinking about yourself at a time like this? We're gonna have so much trouble with you in the hospital for a month. Since you're not gonna be doing your job, then you're gonna have to pay to get someone else to do it all. Cleaning, cooking, everything. You're paying for all of it.
Is this all some kind of crazy dream? Maybe the docs gave me a little too much morphine.
Hey, wait a second. You said you were going to be in the hospital for at least a month, but maybe longer.
Well, yeah, it all depends on how well my leg heals up.
But that means you might not be able to make it to our wedding. It's exactly 1 month from today.
Oh, wow, you're right. Man, time really flies, huh? Feels like just yesterday you guys said you had eloped and were moving in with us. I'm really sorry, Rachel, but yeah, there's a pretty decent chance that I won't be able to make it to your guys' wedding. Even if I manage to get rescued from the hospital sooner, I'll still be in a wheelchair with a giant cast on my leg.
I can't believe it. If you're not going to make it to our wedding, that means you're not going to be able to give us a wedding gift. Oh my god, just when I thought this day couldn't get any worse.
What?
I was banking on you giving us a ton of money for a wedding present. I mean, you're single and basically live for your work, right? I figured you must have a ton of money in savings that you're never going to use. And obviously, if it's for the wedding of your only brother, you'd be willing to shell out at least a few G's, so I had the wedding planner give us the premium wedding package. But if you're not going to be there to actually hand over the money, this is really bad.
Rachel, are you being for real right now? You were planning to use me to finance an extravagant wedding for yourself?
Let me think. What are we going to do? You're going to have to speed your recovery along, Holly. You need to have that leg healed up within a week, 2 weeks tops. This is not negotiable, Holly. You have a responsibility to come to our wedding. And when I open the envelope you hand over to reception, there had better be enough money in there to pay for the premium package.
Hey there, Holly. I heard about your accident. How are you doing? Do the doctors think you're going to be back to normal soon? Go ahead and shoot me a message with updates whenever you can. Oh, and don't worry about taking care of things around the house. We'll figure something out. You just focus on getting better, okay? I know Rachel probably said some stuff to you, but you can go ahead and ignore her.
I don't know, Joey. The stuff she said to me is going to be pretty hard to ignore. I know this is the woman that you chose, Joey, but are you sure you want to marry her? I mean, did she tell you that she planned a wedding outside of your budget because she was planning on me funding the whole thing?
That was news to me, but I am aware of that now, yeah. Let me deal with Rachel. I'm gonna take care of her. Man, don't tell anyone I told you this, but back when we were planning it, I had said that we should keep our wedding on the simple side so we could save money for our future. But Rachel was super insistent on having some elaborate show of a wedding. You know, we're only gonna have one wedding and all that.
I totally understand why she would feel that way, but
It's incredibly presumptuous to plan an entire wedding on getting an outsized gift from me. What were you going to do if I didn't give you as much as she'd hoped? Do you guys have enough savings to cover it?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I have plenty of savings. Rachel, on the other hand, has absolutely nothing.
Nothing? Like, nothing?
I mean $0 and 0 cents. I guess she's under the impression that a husband should be the one to cover all the expenses after getting married. So she spent every last cent that she had saved up before we got married on herself right before we eloped. She bought shoes, clothes, purses. I checked her bank account statement, and sure enough, the balance is a big fat 0.
that's crazy. I've never met anyone like that before. Living on one income is one thing, but intentionally depleting your own savings? Yikes.
Plus, we went ring shopping together, and the one Rachel picked out was pretty big. So I had plenty of savings going into this marriage, but things can't go on like this forever, to say the least. Which again is why I told her I thought it would be best to have a simple wedding. But no matter what I said to her, nothing got through. She just shut me out completely.
It sounds like she's one of those women who have a very particular idea in their heads of their perfect wedding. And if the real thing deviates even a smidgen from the ideal, then all hell breaks loose.
Completely. Honestly, her attitude really started changing once she found out where you work. Every time I would comment on something being too expensive, she'd just brush me off like, "What are you so concerned about? Your sister's rich." She thought she could just put on a cute face and get you to fork out as much money as she wanted.
Wow, so you're telling me it's not just the wedding? She's been planning on using me as some kind of free ATM machine since the very beginning?
Again, Rachel, you don't need to worry about that. I won't let her take advantage of you. It's just that she won't listen to a word I say. It all goes in one ear and out the other. But yeah, I have more than enough money to cover the cost of the wedding, so you don't need to feel any compulsion to give us a large gift, okay?
Since when did you become such a responsible, upstanding man, Joey?
What can I say? I had a good role model in my big sister. About the wedding, I think it would be best if you didn't come. I don't want you rushing your recovery for our sake. Also, I don't want you to get involved in any kind of trouble with Rachel during the ceremony.
Yeah, good point. Okay then, I guess you can go ahead and mark me down as not attending. Sorry, Joey.
Don't be sorry about anything. Oh, and by the way, a girl from your office came by with a nice fruit basket and a card for you. I'll bring it over to your hospital room later on today. I'll talk to you later, Holly.
Thanks, Joey. Talk to you later.
How dare you, Holly? You really are a jerk, you know that? Why aren't you coming to our wedding? I just looked over at the family section and saw your mom, your aunts, and uncles, but I don't see you anywhere. Where are you? Are you gonna flake out on us at the last minute?
No, I told Joey a month ago that I wasn't going to make it. My leg hasn't healed yet, and the doctors want me to stay a bit longer. Did you really expect me to wheel myself into your wedding in my hospital gown?
You could have changed clothes, get a nurse to help you or something. And this facility is 100% handicap accessible, so you have no excuse not to be here. You need to get over here now and give us our wedding gift.
Yeah, that's all you're concerned about, isn't it? The only reason you want me there is for my money. You don't care one bit about my leg.
You never even came to visit me in the hospital. Shut up, would you? You're the one who's in the wrong here. You're skipping your own brother's wedding. What is wrong with you? Think of what people are going to say about us.
Huh?
What if people start spreading rumors about how you and I aren't getting along? Is that what you want? To humiliate me in front of all my friends and family?
I don't know what you're worried about. No one in my family spreads nasty rumors like that.
You don't know that for sure.
Well, to be fair, it's not like we're on the best of terms. You've never done any of the housework for us as long as you've been living with us.
Oh, so that's it. You hate me, don't you? That explains everything. You're not coming to the wedding, not giving us any money, making me do the housework. It's all because you just hate me. I'll bet you think I must be the absolute worst woman in the world, don't you? You probably wish your brother and I never got married.
I never said any of that.
I'll bet. Oh, don't tell me. You faked your car accident to get out of coming. That's it, isn't it? You've been pretending to be hurt this whole time. I can't believe you. Oh, come on. You have got to be kidding me. It's all very clear to me now, Holly. Ever since we moved in with you, I saw the way you would glare at me when you thought I wasn't paying attention. You hated me because I wouldn't do any of your chores for you. So you planned this elaborate stunt to fake an injury and get out of coming to our wedding. I never glared at you. You're just making that all up. Think about it. Would I really go to all the trouble of faking an accident to get out of going to a wedding? I could have just pretended to be sick the day of the ceremony or something. I have had all I can take of your lies, Holly. You can admit it. You hate me. Go ahead, say it. Even if you don't say it, I still know it's true. Well, guess what? If you really hate me that much, then you can get out of my house. What? I don't want any fake family living with me who secretly hates my guts. Take that fake cast off your leg, come back to the house, pack up your things, and get out now.
She's not leaving, Rachel. We are.
Huh?
You just accused my sister of faking her own car accident. This whole conversation, you've been spiraling downward into practical conspiracy theory territory.
Wait a second, my sister? Oh no, Joey? Is that you? What are you doing with Holly? Our wedding is starting soon.
Did you forget that we had the start time delayed by an hour? I wanted Holly to see me in my tuxedo.
Oh yeah, I guess I did say that.
Holly got a text from you while I was visiting, and I took the liberty of reading your conversation. You just tried to kick my sister out of our family's house. Mind explaining that to me?
But I trusted her. Even though she hated me, I still trusted that she would have the decency to come to our wedding, and she betrayed that trust.
Oh, so now you think betraying someone's trust is a bad thing? That didn't stop you from betraying my trust, now did it, Rachel? At this point, I don't see any reason to go through with this wedding anymore.
What are you saying, Joey? Are you saying you're going to call off our wedding? But it's starting in just a few hours.
And now that I see you for what you really are, I wouldn't even have any problems walking out on you mid-service.
Joey, why are you doing this to me?
I told you, Rachel. I told you time after time after time, do not rely on my sister's money to pay for our wedding. But now I see that you completely ignored my very clear warnings. Not only that, when she refused to play along with your silly little games, you tried to kick her out of the house?
But I...
Oh, and another thing, you stole the gifts Holly got from her company. I am incredibly disappointed in you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't...
Don't play dumb with me. You stole the money that was in the card she got. You even ate the fruit from the fruit basket.
I didn't do that. You're making it all up. How do you know her company sent her any money anyway? Did you open the card?
Her office called me the other day and asked me if Holly got the card yet. They told me they sent a basket around the office and everyone put some money inside to send to her. The total should have been over $2,000. What happened to that money?
What? $2,000? There was only like $500 in there.
Oh, that's interesting. How would you know how much money there was in that envelope unless you opened it? Now that we've established that you opened it, what happened to the money? I asked my mom, and she said you offered to deliver it to Holly for me. But when I asked Holly about it just now, she said she never got the money or the fruit, and she never saw you at all. So that leaves us with quite the mystery. Both the fruit and the money are nowhere to be found.
About that?
Come to think of it, you bought yourself a new necklace the other day, didn't ya? It was a pretty nice one, Rachel. If I had to make a guess, I'd say it was worth somewhere around $500. Where'd you get the money for that necklace?
I can explain.
You don't have a job and you don't have any savings. Where'd the money come from?
I sold some stuff online.
Oh, what website did you use to sell them? I'd like to see some records of that, if you have any. And let me be clear. If I find out that you stole the money that was supposed to go to Holly, I'll divorce you right then and there.
Divorce?
You got that right. I'm gonna head over to the chapel now. Before I get there and before the guests start to arrive, you need to tell the planner that the wedding is off.
No, I can't do that. I won't. All of my friends are coming today. I can't cancel it. What am I going to tell them?
If you'd like, I can tell them for you myself. You're not gonna change my mind on this. The wedding is off. Don't like it? Then you should have thought twice about trying to mooch off of my sister.
This is terrible. What am I going to do, Holly? I thought Joey was bluffing when he said we were going to get divorced, but he meant it. He just handed me a massive pack of papers to sign and everything.
So you did steal my money then. And you ate my fruit, too. Seriously? You couldn't even let me have the frickin' fruit?
It's not like I meant to. It just kind of happened. Joey's been so firm on not spending any more money on our wedding. Not just that, he said we'd need to cut back on spending for a while to pay it off. So I couldn't get any extra spending money from him, and you were being stingy about the wedding gift, so I saw the money in the envelope and, you know.
You could have bought that necklace in about a month if you just got a part-time job. You had no excuse to steal that money.
Give me a break. I'm apologizing, aren't I? That means you have to forgive me.
I must have missed the text where you actually said the words, "I'm sorry."
What do you want from me? I mean, when you really think about it, I didn't do anything wrong at all.
Stealing isn't wrong?
I wasn't stealing. Sure, you might be in the hospital now, but you're gonna get out eventually. When you do, you were planning on giving us a belated wedding gift, right? Plus, since you flaked out on our wedding, you were going to give us an even bigger gift to say sorry.
Excuse me?
So what's wrong with me taking a measly $500? You were going to give it to us eventually anyway. So no, I didn't do anything wrong. At the very least, I didn't do anything to deserve Joey getting so mad at me.
That is an absolutely insane justification of petty theft.
It doesn't matter why you took it, I could still easily have you charged with a crime if I wanted to. They'd laugh you out of the courtroom. The judge would be like, "You're charging your sister-in-law with a crime over $500? Case dismissed." Maybe he'll throw you in jail for wasting his time.
That's not how pressing charges works, Rachel. In any case, you did something incredibly underhanded and dirty. You stole the gifts that my friends and coworkers put together for me to show their concern for me. I'm not going to forgive you for that.
Come on, I apologized to you for that already.
No, you didn't. By the way, I heard you guys are moving out of the house for a while. So you guys are going to stay with your folks while you finalize the details of the divorce?
Yeah, I told him I didn't want to talk about divorce in front of my parents, but Joey just wouldn't listen to me. He said he wanted to have a disinterested third party with us while we were talking.
That's my Joey. He knows how to look after his own interests. Well, good luck in the divorce proceedings. I hope you don't wind up too deep in debt.
I have terrible luck, though, and I don't understand any of this legal stuff. So I need you to do a really big favor for me. Talk to Joey and convince him to take me back.
Huh?
You're the only person I can count on, Holly. I'll start doing housework, I promise. Even after you get out of the hospital, I'll help out whenever I can. I want to be a good housewife for Joey.
I wish you would have had that attitude from the very beginning. You're way too late to have a change of heart now.
Please.
Honestly, I wish I would have told him to divorce you a long, long time ago. Goodbye, Rachel. I wish you the best of luck. I hope eating all that fruit was worth it. After that, I launched a formal criminal complaint against Rachel. As soon as the police got involved, she became much more willing to pay me back the full amount of what she took from me, so I agreed to drop the charges. However, Rachel seemed to be under the impression that if she paid me all the money back, then Joey wouldn't divorce her anymore. She was sadly mistaken. She threw an absolute hissy fit, and on the day they were scheduled to move out, she just bolted straight out the front door. I had no idea where she thought she was running to, but boy, was she running. She ran straight out into the road in front of our house, and got hit by an oncoming car. In a funny coincidence, I saw her being wheeled into my hospital room as they were wheeling me out. Her parents never even came to see her, until the day they had decided to discuss the divorce right there in her hospital room. They walked right into the room with Joey and his lawyer, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, "This time, you're not going to run away from us." They got all the details of the divorce finalized that very day.